we sit here with one of the great quarterbacks of all time, one of the steady leaders of his franchise and his team who had multiple winning seasons, Super Bowls, the whole thing. What is it going to take for Cam Newton to become that type of guy for the Carolina Panthers?
Well, I think a big part of it is us as a football team playing consistent. I think, again, go back to what happened last year. Look at the injuries we sustained. The position catastrophe we had on the offensive line. I mean, you lose your starting left tackle, you lose your starting center. You have to move your right guard to play right tackle because your backup right tackle it was now playing because your starting right tackle had to play left tackle. I mean, there were so many things that went into play last season that was really disruptive for not just Cam, but for the entire football team. And those are things that we have to correct and we have to fix as we go forward.
Roger Staubach's to our left, and Roger's still obviously knee deep in what the Cowboys do, and in Dallas and all that stuff. I wonder, just as a Cowboy fan, as obviously their iconic quarterback, would you like to see them trade Tony Romo for Tony's sake? Or are you a believer that it'd be great to have Tony, on the team, knowing that he's not going to start right now, but the notion that you might need him down the line? How would you handle him?
I think the only possibility for him to stay is if they anointed him as a player coach. So you don't have the Dak has a bad play or a bad quarter, then Tony's fans, because Tony's a great loved player there, and so you don't want this back and forth. But if he's kind of a coaching and looking forward to that, it's his future in the next couple of years, that would work, except he's still getting with the salary cap and everything, he's still money.
But he wants to. But Roger, he wants to play. Let's face it. He, everything I hear from him, he wants to be a player.
Right.
And it was interesting because Jerry Jones, they love Tony Romo. Tony Romo is a part of the Jones family, kind of like all you guys are, by the way.
Yeah.
You and Michael Irvin, you're all brothers. Yeah. You could be from opposite ends of the spectrum, but you're all Cowboys. And Jerry loves you guys. I would think that he wants to give him a chance to go and play somewhere else. And even he said, "Look, I see Tony in the Super Bowl one day in the future. It may not be with the Cowboys, but he does see him in the Super Bowl." Because that kind of intimates to me that Tony really wants to continue to play.
Yes, he does, and so the solution of being a player coach, which would not have the pressure on him of stepping in, would work in theory, but Tony would not. Tony wants to play, so the Houston's been talked about, Denver and
Kansas City maybe.
I've got it all
Kansas
worked
City
out.
and
listen to Craig. Craig's got this all worked out.
Ron,
so Ron's a coach.
This is not
in today's
tampering because it doesn't involve you, but you guys are gonna love this. All right, number one, Tony Romo goes to Kansas City. Alex Smith goes to my Jets because we're horrendous. He solidifies that I have a real quarterback. Romo gets to play. And, maybe Andy Reid's at a point, I'm not saying he is, that after that last playoff loss where he kind of feels like he's gone as far as he can go with Alex, and this way you bring in, it's like a 2-year stopgap. You bring in Tony Romo, take the run at going to the Super Bowl, which out of the AFC they'll have a shot to do between New England and them, and Pittsburgh, one other team. The Jets get a quarterback. Everybody's happy. Ron, bless it.
I'll tell you, that just made the season easy for everybody.
Well, that's how it goes.
That's
and
what we do on Sports Talk Radio. That's
here's
why
what
we
I
do
know
this.
about Roger Staubach. I was told this, and we've gone over this before. You are the single most competitive guy you've ever met. And there's no way, if you were Tony Romo, you could ever sign up for the situation you just established because you'd go crazy. You have to compete. I know it's about you, right?
Well, that's exactly right. And Tony really is a competitor, and he wants to play, and he's healthy now, and he wants to play. It's healthy to be a real competitor. You don't want to be a sore loser.
Like Al.
But you don't like losing, but a competitor really.
When you're a starting quarterback, though, you got to get out there and you got to go play. That's all.
And Tony Romo is a fierce competitor.